Hello everyone, this is Antondos here, and today I'm gonna be doing what if issei was the reincarnation of Arceus, the god of Pokemon. So I last left it off at where Issei and Grafia were at the arc where we meet Sinovia and Irina. And one more thing, I'm gonna put in the community post my schedule for what ifs are gonna come out since basically what if Naruto gave up on the Hidden Leaf Village was supposed to come out today. It will be coming out tomorrow. I'll put the schedule up to today and I'll show you guys how many what ifs I'm gonna be releasing. And then next week the schedule will just be switched. But if I switch the schedule and put on a different what if, I'll I'll tell you what the schedule will be. But this time I'm gonna put a schedule of which what ifs are gonna be released. So we're going to start. So then we see Zenobia and Irina get taking their hoodies off. As Issei instantly recognized the orange hair girl because since he's the reincarnation of Arceus, Arceus made him since Issei's basically Arceus reincarnation and made him kind of remember who she is. So basically all his memories from his childhood were instantly unlocked. So he's remember even what he did when he was a baby. And he's pretty and he's basically pretty embarrassed what he was doing as a baby. Then we continue to where Issei was there. Shinobi and Irina explained that they were here to collect all the holy swords. Basically, then we continue. Uh, then, Kiba got mad and Grafia wanted to do something, but Issei just stopped her and said, "Let me do something." As he smiled at his girlfriend. Yes, if you guys didn't watch last episode, Grafia is Issei's girlfriend, and this is episode 3, so you guys don't have to worry. So then we continue. Issei, Issei then, Issei's basically, Issei does a Madara speech. He then, he basically he basically grabs Kiba, slaps him on the head 2 times, and says, "Wake up! Nothing will ever go to your plan in this world. The longer you live, the more you will realize that in this reality, what truly exists is merely pain, suffering, and futility. Everyone once in their life will lose something." Then Kiba looked at Issei with shock face, realizing that Issei's actually telling the truth. Then Issei let go of Kiba comes and walks away. I'm gonna pause real quick. So now I'm back. Issei starts to walk away as Rias was starting to wonder why is Issei so much cold. Why was Issei cold-hearted to basically to Kiba? But Issei then says that he was. Then Issei says to Rias that he was cold-hearted to him because he was being a crybaby on something that could be fixed. In my opinion, and then Issei says, "In my opinion, many things could be fixed, but not all the time." Then we continue to where Issei walks away with Grafia. Then he tells Rias that he will be back. That he will be back not 2 hours later, but later when all of this commotion comes down and Kiba learns to understand what pain truly is. So then after a few hours, Issei Issei and Issei and Graphia were at home. So where Issei then decided to teleport to the dimension where his home was at. This is where Arceus' physical body was standing at. But this is just Arceus' spiritual power that he left, enough spiritual power for him to be standing in with it to talk to Issei. So then Issei basically looks at Arceus and says, "Well, time to go over your power limit, right?" As Arceus says, "Remember, the more power you use, the more you can destroy this universe." But then Issei says, "Yeah, maybe you're right, but I really don't care." As Issei then broke through another limit, going to 30%, and then this 30%, Issei has gotten more. Issei now has more power than a regular, ordinary human. So then Issei went back to school with Graphia. As everything went to canon until the Kokobio fight. So we're going to the Demon and Demon King meeting. The Demon King meeting was with Azazel, one of the fallen angels. Azazel, Rias brought her Parage, and she brought Issei, who this time had a black hair and red eyes. When Issei looked at when Issei brought Graphia with him, Sturzax looked at her and just smirked. But Issei knew what she was saying, what he was trying to do. So Issei just glared at him, sending a burst of energy towards Sturzax, making him kind of sit down and breaking him. But then after a few hours, Issei was then told by Rias to stand down and by Griffia too. So then after a few seconds, Issei just kept staring at the ground because he was tired. But then he fell asleep. Then after a few moments, an attack started to happen, and Rias tried to defend it, but she couldn't. The attack started to happen, and yeah. But then before Rias could defend, Issei said, shield. Everything was then covered by a shield, even all the school and the club room for them. It was defended. It was shielded as well. Issei then gets up, cracked his neck, and cracked his knuckles and says, fallen angels. Now, let's spot where your leader is at. As Issei's one eye spotted Kokobio. But then Issei made a clone of himself, and he says kill him. As the clone then used an ability to disappear from everyone's view and appear in front of Kokobio. As Kokobio died by Issei's clone. But Issei was basically standing there. Then everyone saw Issei's clone disappear once he killed Kokobio. Not killing him, but ripping off the wings of Kokobio. Then Issei says. But then Issei put his legs on Kokobio's, his foot on Kokobio's face and then said, You are much worse than I expected, Kokobio. Wondering how I know your name? I read that Azazel guy's name. I read the Azazel guy's mine, so I know your name. But then Azazel says, "How do you?" But then Issei looks at Azazel and says, "You better be quiet, Azazel. You didn't even know he was coming." As Issei pushes Kokobil's head to the ground more, almost close to destroying it. As Issei then destroys the head, and then throws the body into the air, eliminating it. So then, after a few seconds, Azazel say, why did you? But then everyone, the mages that were left, they just send millions of attacks towards Issei. As Issei then says, as Issei then makes a sun-like attack, then he says supernova. He then throws it towards all the mages. They couldn't deflect it or protect themselves. But Issei managed to destroy all of them with only a flick of a wrist, because that supernova was 10 times bigger than Freezer's. Issei then says, "Jesus, we could, if I were using Drake, I could have destroyed them all with one shot. Because this Drake's boosting is really impressive, right, Drake?" As Drake then says, "Yes, Issei, but it looks like you don't need my boosting. The more you boost with this magic that you have, it's impossible they can escape your wrath." As Issei then laughs and said, "Yes, no one can escape my wrath." Then after a few seconds, Issei then looks at Grafia and says, "Shall we go?" As he starts to float up, but not showing any wings or anything. He then grabs Grafia bridal style and goes through a portal. As Issei before leaving, he snaps. When he snaps, the whole battleground and houses were rebuilt. So I'm gonna pause again real quick. So then, after that, Issei and Grafia went to their rooms and they just fell asleep on the same bed, while hugging each other. Then after that, it was totally an ordinary day of school. Then it was back to the project meeting. This is where we meet Gother. I think it was Gother or yeah, Gasper. Gasper then said Gasper was being on Gasper's seal was being broken by Rias. So he then says, "Oh, you mean that little vampire kid who can control time? Oh, I already spoken to him." As she then looks at Issei and says, "But how?" As Issei says, "Those ability." As he then says, "Phantom." He disappears from everyone's view and then appears on top of the, literally in the wall on the ceiling. When they look, Issei was already there. As Issei says, "Yeah, this is me right now." So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is Nothing Duels here. And yes, tomorrow or today, if I feel like uploading another series, I will. But today I'm gonna be posting the schedule of what is what